Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are talking about fall essentials, and we've got some fall favorites that have been essentials for a long time with doTERRA, and then we've got some new fall favorites. So if you've got a fall favorite, let us know in the chat. I want to hear everything that you love about fall and why it's one of our favorite seasons. I have to say, one of the things that I love about fall, love really, is that every fall we have a doTERRA convention and that we get brand new products that we get to celebrate and incorporate into our lives. And this year is no different. So I'm going to be sharing some new information with you and a little bit of science, and also integrating our fall products with our existing lineup, and I think you're all really going to be happy about that. And I've got a little bit of a surprise at the end. I hope it is a surprise for you. So let's get started. If you can see my screen, let me know. Give me a good thumbs up, anybody. I hope you can see it. Thank you. We are talking today about fall essentials, right? Really important. We are going to be talking about what we can do to keep our environment feeling really fall-like, and then also what we can do when we're feeling like, well, maybe it's not really fall where I am, but I want to be doing the right thing. I want to be changing it up, right? So that's a really important thing for us. We want to make sure that we have the products that we need right now to get the effects that we have. Here's the other thing. As we go into the end of the year, how does it get? It gets busy. At least it does for me, and I'm sure it does for you too. We have all different sorts of holidays coming up. People begin to visit. Things are opening up a little bit here in the United States in different parts. I hope they are where you are also. I think we're going to have a very nice holiday season. At least that's what I'm looking forward to. Here in the US, we're going to be celebrating things like Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas time comes. We've got a period before Christmas called Advent, which is kind of that lead up. Then we've got New Year's Eve, and then finally we have Three Kings Day for anybody who's celebrating on the 6th of January. And then we're going to have Chinese New Year. So it's just party from now on in. What's the good news? The really good news is people need the products that you have. They need doTERRA products. And if I got one takeaway from the doTERRA convention, it was that now is the time for us to really be talking about the new products. So I think there's a couple of things that are really important to us as we go forward. Products that we want to introduce, products that we want to talk about, and we also want to integrate them into the current product line, right? We don't just talk about the new things, although we can, because there's a lot of new things, and they're what I'm going to call gateway products, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's get started. So welcome everyone, of course. I'm super motivated also to help people improve their lives with essential oils. I have always been one of these people who says, you know what? This is a really good modality, and we want to keep using it and improving our lives. A couple of weeks ago, we did a presentation right here. And if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, you can go and scroll down. You can find it. Can you live without essential oils? Well, in the fall, the answer for me is no. I really want to stay healthy. I don't want to pick up any unusual bugs or germs, and I'm sure you don't either. It's a pleasure always to be teaching and to being here. I feel like teachers have to be, we're held to maybe a little bit of a higher standard. I think that's a good thing, because if you're teaching, you want to make sure that you're sending the right information, and all of you have the opportunity to be teachers. So once you listen to this, please take this video, send it to a friend, repeat it, chop it up, do whatever you want with it, but the information is the most important thing. That's what I want you to get from today. So we've got a couple of really great products. In the last one, I showed you your doTERRA hand wash, which is, there we go, doTERRA hand wash. Body wash, The reason I'm showing body wash, and you're gonna see a lot of products today, is because it's important for us as we begin to turn on our heat and our weather begins to change, that we continue to moisturize our skin. We don't want our skin to break down. One of the ways that our skin can break down is if we're using harsh chemicals to wash our skin. So I prefer to use the doTERRA body wash because it's gentle on my skin and doesn't dry it out. So that's just a tip as we go into a new season. Next question up always on the hit parade is why doTERRA? Here's another great addition to your product lineup if you're not already using it. The doTERRA mouthwash. Why doTERRA mouthwash? Again, because it doesn't contain a lot of harsh chemicals. So the message, if you're listening carefully, is avoid the harsh chemicals. They really are too harsh and they're going to put a strain on your body. We're trying to reduce our toxic load as much as possible. So when you are exposed to constant toxic chemicals, it can be the type of thing that just little by little, it causes your body stress and your body isn't able to bounce back as quickly as possible. The thing that we have to be most concerned about always is the liver. We want to keep our liver really strong and powerful and able to do a lot of detoxification for us. If we have a strong, healthy liver, in general, we're going to be healthier ourselves. So keep that in mind as you use good, healthy products, and doTERRA mouthwash is no different. As we know, the tissue inside of the mouth is extremely sensitive and absorptive. So if you were to put an essential oil in your mouth, it would be absorbed really quickly. Same thing is true with toxic mouthwashes. Put that thing in our mouth, swish it around, and it continues to be absorbed for hours to come. When we think about our mouthwash, we want to think about something that has a nice low toxicity level, basically something that's healthy for us rather than something that's going to put our body under stress. So what we love doTERRA essential oils because they're sourced from all over the world. They come from really just about everywhere. You've seen some of the maps that were presented at convention. We know that they come from different altitudes and climates and different seasons. And that way we end up with a far superior product than we would if we didn't have that opportunity to source essential oils from all different places. I know I'm talking super fast, right? And I'm getting really thirsty. Hold on one second. That's my iced coffee. The second main reason that we love doTERRA is they are certified, pure, tested grade. What are we beginning to hear from doTERRA? That some of the new essential oils are going to be, some of our essential oils are going to be tested year upon year, and they're actually going to be declared pharmaceutical grade. Now, this is an amazing next step for doTERRA, but I'm gonna have everybody hold for a second. Don't go telling all your friends and family that every oil from doTERRA is pharmaceutical grade, because they're not yet. The first one on the lineup is, actually, I won't even say it. Can you tell me? Whoever knows it is going to get a little prize from me. Quickly in the chat, what's the oil that is now considered? Hey, Lynn Tan came up real fast with it. Yes, it is lavender. So Lynn, there's a little gift for you at the end. Let me just mark that down because I know myself, I am a little bit forgetful, and I want to make sure that Lynn gets a prize. We are always trying to make sure that our products are on the cutting edge and they are the purest, the most effective. They are also the ones that as parents and as users and as sharers, we want to make sure that we're expressing to our teams and the people that we're responsible for, these are products that are really at a different level. The other thing that just happened is that the peppermint soft gels are now part of the physician's desk reference. Yes, that's that giant book that doctors use whenever they have to look up any sort of medication. Isn't that an amazing thing? And if you don't remember what a peppermint soft gel looks like, at least the bottle is sort of a little square white bottle, and it looks like medicine, something that you would get at a pharmacy. But what an amazing development. You can now ask for a peppermint soft gel from a doctor, or a doctor can find it in the physician's desk reference. Of course, there are hundreds of thousands of medications in there, but we have our first, and that's a really wonderful development. Something I want to tell you quickly about peppermint, for anybody who's over the age of 50 and has considered a diagnostic test called a colonoscopy, there's some good research to suggest now that the use of peppermint oil before the colonoscopy, so that's where your peppermint gels come in, right? can actually help smooth out the process, both for the doctor and for the patient. And if you're looking for any of this information, there's a wonderful book called How Not to Die by Michael Greger, and he cites the information in there. So if you're interested in finding out more, but specifically, and of course you can Google it, but peppermint oil before a colonoscopy. And I know many of you are not getting this yet, but if you are, keep it in mind. Okay, let's keep going. We've got a lot of 3 ways to enjoy. We all know this, but sometimes it bears repeating, right? Topically, aromatically, and internally. And I'm going to specify to you when you can use each one of them. So as you hear about the essential oils, you're going to hear about individual ones and how you can best use them. We've got our beloved fall essential oils. Clove is, I would say, #1 on the hit parade. That smell of clove just transports me. I hope it does the same thing for you. I can remember, especially at Christmas time, making things like oranges studded with cloves, cooking with cloves, having cloves available in little potpourris or in dishes. That scent is just a super powerful one. And using clove in your essential oil blends, if you're making your own blends, whether it's in diffusers, or if you are applying them to your skin, or perhaps mixing them in other ways, clove is one of those essential oils that you want to add into your blends. However, we all know that clove is hot. So if you're going to be applying it to your skin, you want to make sure that you are diluting. When we talk about autumn, we want to talk about things like clove, ginger, cinnamon bark, or cassia, right? Citrus bliss, cedarwood, black pepper, and turmeric. And I'm actually going to add those into the chat so everybody can see them. I know sometimes when I would just lay out all the oils quickly like that, it's hard for everybody to know what the oils are, but those are some of the oils that you can use during the fall season. Some others that you may want to include are things like tangerine, sandalwood, and pink pepper. Also wonderful to use in some of your blends. And now I would say another one big on the hit parade. Are you ready, everyone? I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, is Madagascar vanilla. Wow, big one, right? And I'm sure some of you are saying, wait, I should have held it up like this. There we go. Some of you are probably saying, wait, how does she have that? Yes, I got, Mary, I'm going to turn on my lights for you. There we go. You see my lights now? Let's try it one more time. There we go. Love that. Okay, see that effect? You can see the label and the lights get brighter. Just love this. Thank you, Grace. So Grace is one of my new assistants who's helping me, and I hope you all get a chance to reach her. She and her sister Hannah are helping me to just move into the 21st century and beyond. Anyway, Madagascar vanilla, absolutely love this one. And I have to say, I'm not in general a vanilla person, but I understand why people love it, and I understand how they like to add it into different blends. It is an edible essential oil, so you are going to get that boost, whether you're adding it into your food or you're adding it into a diffuser blend. Many of you have been adding things into your diffuser blends and saying, wow, I wish I had vanilla. That's the one thing that I'm missing, right? We have an ebook actually for you. It was written by a young woman named Jessa Wright, Jessa spoke at the convention, and one of the things that she said was that she had put together an ebook for us. I hope I have the whole thing here. Yeah, I think I got it there. Everybody, I hope everybody can see that in the chat. An ebook for you with vanilla blends and diffuser blends. So I think that's going to be a really great addition to your hit parade. So whatever your hit parade is, if you have a favorite blend, if you've used something in the past, I frequently make a blend that's called chai tea, or chai, I think it is, one of the oils. And it's a blend of ginger, cinnamon, clove. I think I put a little bit of pink pepper in there. It's always been a perennial favorite for me. Oh, and wild orange, right? So that's my other one, my go-to. If you have a favorite fall blend, please tell me in the chat. I'd love to hear about it. He's a little quiet today. I see a couple of people saying that they got theirs the other day. Danielle is saying that she got hers, so that's really exciting. Josephine says peppermint soft gel. Oh, no, Lynn says she loves clove with citrus oils. Yes. Oh, and Yenny says she uses clove for swollen gums. That's actually kind of interesting. I was talking, I have a college age son, right? Everybody knows that. And he called me the other day. Actually, he texted me and he said, Mom, out of the blue, Mom, I think I have to have all my wisdom teeth taken out. I'm thinking, wait, what? Now, he had been here over the summer. His dentist had checked his teeth, and the dentist didn't say, oh, your wisdom teeth needs to be taken out. He said, watch them. So now this is 2 weeks later, and all of a sudden they all have to come out. My tooth, it's hurting me, and this, that, and the other thing. And I think, oh dear, what am I going to do now? I'm thousands of miles away. We don't have a dentist in Texas for him. And so I say to him, what essential oils do you have? And sure enough, he had some clove and he had some On Guard. And I said, start applying it around the tooth, on the gum, exactly where you're having the discomfort, and floss the tooth really well, because it's possible that there's something stuck under there and you want to make sure that you get it out. And you can even put that clove or that On Guard right on the floss and get it around underneath the tooth. And sure enough, he did that a couple of times, and the tooth, thank goodness, I should knock some wood, has been fine. So let's hope it holds at least till he gets home for Thanksgiving break, and then we can get him back to a dentist again. Nazareth says she loves her On Guard toothpaste, and it helps. It does help if you're having any sort of tooth issues. You want to make sure that you're using your On Guard products. They are great for the mouth, which is why we showed you the On Guard mouthwash right in the beginning. Okay. I want to give you a couple of popular fall recipes. Fall, as you know, is a time of harvest, and essential oils like cinnamon, clove, ginger, and even cassia sometimes are commonly used in essential oil recipes during the autumn season, right? They're spicy, warm scents and flavors. Herbaceous oils like oregano, rosemary, and basil, also popular for cooking. I don't know which of these oils you have used. We're showing on the screen some of the citrus oils. I feel like citrus and spice blends really well together. If you have a special blend, let me know. I'm still looking for a blend, folks, and copy down that ebook if you haven't had a chance to yet. It's in the chat. Okay, so as immune boosters, right? If you're nodding your head and you want some immune boosters as we head into the holidays, let me know. I know some of you are outside of the United States. Are you celebrating Halloween? Does anybody celebrate Halloween near you? I know that some of my friends in Singapore have told me that yes, they do celebrate it, or at least the little kids do, and they get dressed up and kind of walk around. Maybe they'll walk around in their building complex or on the streets. We get well, I should say pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we used to get a ton of trick-or-treaters that would come to my house and ring the doorbell. About 100 children, yes, would come through all night long, starting at about, I would say the little ones would start at about 4 or 5 o'clock, and the older ones would come almost until 10 p.m. And I honestly never wanted to run out of candy, because they have something in our town that they do, which is called egging or toilet papering, TPing. Egging means they throw eggs at your door, or toilet paper means they take rolls of toilet paper and they throw it up into your trees, and it makes a giant mess and hard to get rid of. Obviously, eggs especially, you want to be able to hose that off right away. So you want to make sure that you have enough candy, because if you run out of candy, you're really going to be in trouble, right? You don't want somebody to come and say, oh yeah, she had no candy for us. Okay, so here's a few eggs on her door. Thankfully, that has never happened to me. We've always had tons and tons of candy. There have been years that it's come pretty close, that I've literally come down to my last bit of candy and I've had to shut off the lights, but we've never had an incident. So I don't know what Halloween is like near you. Let me know. Do you get a lot of trick-or-treaters? Did you used to get a lot of trick-or-treaters? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know about your thoughts about Halloween. Okay, so I want to give you, here's our immune booster. As I talked about before, you want to try things like lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And then you want to also try things like our DDR Prime blend, which includes oregano in it. wonderful blend, and of course our On Guard blend in capsules, taken under the tongue, swished around in the mouth. Keep using it, folks, right? The more exposure you have, the more you're going to be able to protect your body and your immune system. So while this particular today's presentation is not about the immune system, it really is about the immune system, right? Because in the fall, we want to protect our systems as we go into that party season. Now, last year, we didn't have a lot of party, but I think we're going to have it this year. I actually have a wedding and a party and a special luncheon for the bride all this week. So it's going to be a big week for me. Outdoor must-haves, right? So as we go into fall, and if you are living in a temperate climate, you know that it's going to get cold soon. So right now, I want to say it's about 25 centigrade in the morning and going up to about 28, maybe even as high as 30 by midday, but it's quickly dropping again at night. And we're going to start seeing some frost, which is getting closer and closer to 0 centigrade fairly soon, usually within about a month or a month and a half. The other thing I think many of you know, and I want to remind our US viewers about this, that once we have our time change, I will be on, instead of 9 a.m. Eastern time, I will be on 8 a.m. Eastern time. So for those of you who are in the US and are watching me, I'm going to be changing my time. So I'll be on 8 a.m. Eastern time, Eastern Daylight Time, starting after our time change, which I think is around Halloween. So stay tuned. I'll keep announcing it so you don't miss out on anything. When you are getting out those last couple of weeks, if you will, you want to be using things like your Deep Blue Rub after hikes, your Terra Shield to protect you from bugs. Excuse me, Tri-Ease, our seasonal blend. I find sometimes when leaves are falling, I'll get a little bit of a runny nose or some watery eyes. Peppermint beadlets to promote clear breathing. Our natural deodorant, of course, if you're out hiking. On Guard mouthwash again to just rinse out your mouth at any time. So if you have used any of those products, actually, Danielle is telling me that she uses the On Guard chewable tablets. Oh, these are the brand new tablets, right? The On Guard chewable tablets are fantastic, and they do include things like vitamin C, D, and zinc. And with our On Guard blend and beta glucans, which is a whole different category of immune support. And she has loved them and she's been using them. I have to say, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek. Here we go. Let's see if you can see me. This is the convention kit. I don't know if you can see it. Oops, there we go. Too much glare? I think you can see it. There we go. That's a better one. You can see the convention kit. And I'm going to do a convention kit unboxing, but I'll do a quick flash. Ooh, all the really cool products in there. I actually took out the essential oils so I could show you. The essential oils come in a small box like this. Oops. There we go. They come in a small box and you can see that. And I took a couple of them out and we're going to be talking about them during this Zoom. I already showed you the Madagascar vanilla, but I'm going to be showing you the other ones as well. Okay, let's keep going. Our next on the hit parade is staying hydrated, right? Another thing, as our temperatures change, maybe you go into the rainy season. I know for some of you, you're going to be going into a rainy season soon. You want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. That means exterior and interior, using some of our natural soaps, using our body mist, drinking water, adding essential oils to those, to your waters. So you feel like you want to drink more, right? Let's talk a little bit about the hydrating body mist. It improves the general look of your skin. I sometimes feel like at the end of the summer, I may be tan, so my skin looks healthy, but it can be really, really dry. What I like about the body mist is you kind of just spritz on a little bit. Don't know if it's available right now. We're going to have to look for that, make sure that it is. You can mist it on, or you can make your own body mist. So this is not available right now, and you can add in whatever essential oils you like best. Okay, you want to also pamper yourself. Again, we're talking about keeping moisturized. The best things you can do for yourself: eating a good diet, drinking water, of course, eating lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, but pampering your skin as you go into those end of the year months when we tend to, sometimes we just neglect ourselves. We are very busy. We have a lot of things going on. And so we just don't pay as much attention to ourselves perhaps as we should. So self-care is extremely important for our overall health and wellness. Many store-bought bath and beauty products are filled with ingredients that are less than ideal for our bodies. DIY is really the way to go. You can, of course, use the essential oil spa products from dōTERRA, or you can make your own, and there's tons of products on our blog that we can post for you for the blog. Let's talk about quickly a festive fall sugar scrub, and I'm going to post the recipe for you in the chat. Juliana says she likes to drink tea with wild orange, lemon, and cinnamon bark, or On Guard from immunity. I bet that tea, you're using black tea, I'm assuming. Anybody have a good green tea recipe? I have to say, I've been reading lately that green tea is so healthy, and I frequently drink it iced, but when I drink it hot, to me, it tastes, I'm sorry, folks, I know you may love green tea, it tastes like poison. And I can't drink it, but how am I going to drink cold tea in the middle of the winter? I don't know how I'm going to do this. So if you have a great green tea recipe, please put it in the chat. What essential oils do you put in? Do you add a little bit of lemon or honey or juice? Or really, I can't drink it. I can drink the hot, I can drink the cold. And I think something has to be, maybe I'm brewing it too much, but it tastes like a dirty shoe, and I don't want to drink a dirty shoe. So help me out. If you have a great recipe, let me know. So let me tell you about this festive fall sugar scrub. Gentle on your skin, has a delicious, spicy fall aroma. Super easy to make. You're going to add some white sugar, some fractionated coconut oil, some cassia, clove, and ginger. Oh, and some people are jumping in. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Help me out with the green tea, folks, because I am really just not doing too well. What is everybody saying? Teresa says green tea with jasmine is good. So the jasmine essential oil or jasmine tea? Let me know. Nazareth says add grapefruit. Swenby says you could try to add lemon with green tea. Okay. Last night I actually squeezed, I knew I had to drink it. I wound up drinking it cold in the end because I just couldn't get it down. I squeezed the juice of part of an orange in there, and that was pretty tasty. It wasn't too bad, but I couldn't drink it hot. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Here's a couple of other tips for you for making this scrub. If you want to make one and add a little bit of coloring to it, I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to make it a little bit less brown, you can separate it and then you can pour it into layers. And you can see, actually you can't see from the picture, but you can make a white layer and then an orangey one, and then you can put them in separate bowls and put it into your container, as you can see here on the left. Let's see what people are saying about the green tea. Jasbeer says green tea with wild orange essential oil. Okay. And then Teresa says purchase jasmine tea, but you can also put a drop of our CPTG jasmine oil in it. Okay. I will try it. Any other recommendations? I will take them. Juliana says green tea with slim and sassy. Okay, I'm going to start trying it, and I'll keep you posted. If I can drink it hot, you know, you've been an enormous help to me. Okay, let's talk about brown sugar. The first scrub that I gave you was actually a fall sugar scrub. The next one is going to be a brown sugar scrub. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking the same type of blend. So you're taking a sugar and you're taking a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and some ingredients like lime and ginger oil, and you want to be able to move those around. Here's the last thing that I want to mention to you. If you're thinking of making any of these scrubs, make sure that you're wiping up everything carefully in your kitchen or whatever. Don't want to leave a lot of sugar around because you don't want to attract ants or and it could be sticky. Make sure also if someone's getting into the shower or the bathtub after you, that you rinse it down really well. As you know, you've heard from me multiple times that my husband basically has banned me from using sugar scrubs and any kind of thing that's a little bit greasy in our bathroom, because he gets in and he says, as he says, I got in there and I almost broke my neck. So we don't want my husband breaking his neck. So if you live with another person, be kind. Make sure you rinse down the tub or whatever it is really well, with a shower really well after having used it, or scrub it out, whatever you used to do, or just use a small, modest amount instead of like me. Okay, here's another quick recipe I have for you. Here's a sweet potato casserole, also using essential oils. And if you're interested, here's one thing I do want to mention to you. You can actually copy these individual recipes right from the chat, or at the end, if you have the chat open, you can see on the very bottom where you would type on the right-hand side, there's going to be 3 dots. Those 3 dots are going to allow you to copy the entire chat at the end of the Zoom. I hope that you've been able to, if you didn't know that tip, I hope you know it now. One of the cool things about making a sweet potato casserole is that it's very healthy. Sweet potatoes are a terrific vegetable that a lot of people like in the fall. I don't know, this one is used like an orange sweet potato, but I know some sweet potatoes are white, and honestly, I don't think it makes a difference which kind you're using. I'll give you one more. There we go. Oops. All right, I'll have to give it to you later. Anyway, you're kind of mushing up the sweet potatoes, baking them in the oven, and you're adding in there some cinnamon bark, a little bit of maybe maple syrup, or maybe a little bit of melted coconut oil for that creamy effect. For those of you who are vegan, the coconut oil is going to work well for you instead of using butter or another kind of animal fat. To actually make the potatoes, you're going to add a little bit of coconut milk, some ground nutmeg, a little bit of juiced orange, and some salt and pepper to taste. So that should be a really yummy, I think that's going to be a really yummy sweet potato casserole. Let me see if I can, I'm going to try one more time to try to copy it and add it into the chat if I can. Nope, it doesn't want to add today. Sorry. I'm going to try again at the end. So let's keep going. Let's talk about room sprays. When my windows are closed for the fall, I really want to have great room sprays. You can use things like Douglas fir and grapefruit and use them in a sprayer bottle. Frankincense, grapefruit, and Douglas fir is another wonderful one. You want to shake it up. You can use these in your bathroom. I kind of change out my sprays in my bathroom as the seasons change. So I'm going to be using something a little bit more fall-like. And then as we get closer to the holiday season, I'll make it more like the scent of the tree. Now let's jump quickly to our new blends. Number 1 is our abode blend. So how many of you, let me know in the chat, how many of you have already gotten your convention kit? I know, Danielle, you got yours. Anybody else, did you get yours? Maria says she can't wait for the Madagascar vanilla until it's ready in Singapore. Anybody else got their kit yet? Okay, so I think the US kits are beginning to ship out. If you are in the US and you have ordered a kit, what's interesting is, and we found this true, that the cheapest shipping, so in the US we have an option for $3.99 shipping, and it comes through the United States Postal Service. Those are the kits that arrived first. And many people that wanted the quick ship, it wound up being delayed. So if you ordered your kit on quick ship, you might be waiting for a while. So here we go, folks. We've got our abode blend. Yes, I actually have a bottle of abode. Whoops, there we go. Ta-da. Super interesting blend. Funnily enough, I was talking to a friend and she also got her kit. And she was saying that the first thing that she smells in her abode blend is the cassia. And the first thing that I smell in the abode blend is the lime. And the second thing that I smell is their arborvitae. Now, I'm not usually a fan of arborvitae, but in this particular blend, I really like it. I love the blend of the citrus and the woods. And if you read the ingredient list, you've got several citrus oils in there. You've got your lime, your lucia, and your lemon. And then you've also got your spicy oils, your cassia, your arborvitae, and I would include in there maybe even the eucalyptus. And then you've got your tea tree, your cilantro, so you've got your herbaceous oils. It really is a wonderful, wonderful blend. Terrific for cleansing, fresh. I have to say, I just got the kit yesterday, so I haven't started diffusing, cleaning, doing all the things that I want to do. I also want to do a bit of an unboxing. You saw that my kit is still really in the box, so I want to do an official unboxing, some sort of a video. I'll be putting that out, I think, today. For those of you who are looking for last week's presentation, if you were on the live, you saw that my video was kind of jumping around. You know that I was in Texas and that my Wi-Fi was really very not great. I'm going to be re-recording that and posting it here later in the day. So use your abode blend it into other things that you have been using already. And as soon as you get your kit, let me know. I want to hear everybody who's getting their kits. Next on the hit parade that we want to talk about is our Madagascar vanilla. I already showed it to you, but I think it's important for us to talk to people specifically about this essential oil. It is an oil that has been long awaited. Many people were asking, I would go to teach a class and I would put together a blend and people would say, this really needs vanilla. And some of those apple pie blends and those more food type of blends needed a vanilla scent. Now, I know some of you were probably just adding vanilla in from your cabinet, whatever you had, but this is going to be a really pure, high quality vanilla. 80% of real vanilla comes from Madagascar. It is the most requested single oil, which is fascinating. I've never requested it, but I know a lot of people did. It is the second most expensive crop in the world, but it does support local farmers and harvesters. It is pollinated by hand. If you've ever seen a vanilla bean, it is kind of a long bean like this. It's green when it's when it grows on the plant, and then later on it's usually dried out and the inside of the bean is kind of scraped out and has these tiny little seeds in it. Wonderful flavoring. We are super lucky to have this essential oil, and I think as we begin to use it and incorporate it into some of our blends, we're going to feel a lot better about how the vanilla is working for us. I want to know how it works on a cellular level, and I think we're going to be finding out more about that in the next few weeks. Okay, Hygge. Okay, somebody gave me the correct, it was Suan B, gave me the correct pronunciation for Hygge last week. I'm really excited about Hygge. Why? Because it's a limited time offer. Okay, so what does that mean? Hygge is going to be available October 1, the 1st of October, until it sells out. So if you want Hygge, if you're thinking of getting Hygge, don't delay. I got a bottle of Hygge in my kit. I hope you, whoops, there we go. I hope that you got one too. Make sure you get your bottle if you really want it. Now, in the post-convention tour kits, it looks like in some of the US kits, they're not going to have the Hygge, but they are going to have the blend from the Gala. Interesting. So we did not get the blend from the Gala in our kits, in the US kits. You're going to, if you're in the US, you're going to have to go to a post-convention tour event and get another kit to get that blend if you weren't able to go to the event live. If, on the other hand, you just want the Hygge, hop on October 1. It's going to be available in the US market, and order your own Hygge if you haven't already gotten it. So Maria Margareta says Hygge contains vanilla. Yes, indeed it does. And I think Hygge contains, are we ready here? It contains tonka bean. So tonka bean, I'm not really sure exactly the chemistry of tonka bean. I know it is in the vanilla family. It is being blended now into some of our other blends. As dōTERRA reformulates some of our blends, they're going to be adding tonka bean into certain blends, including our new Holiday Joy. So when you get your Holiday Joy, it's now going to include tonka bean. I personally can't wait for that blend. I know for some of you, you wait all year for your Holiday Joy and your holiday piece. So now it's going to have tonka bean in it. Let's see, it's going to be maybe a little bit warmer. I want to see what that smells like. We're not getting tonka bean as a separate oil, but it is going to be added into some of our new blends. So remember, Hygge available on October 1st. Our holiday catalogs are going to be coming out, I think, in the next couple of weeks, probably on November 1st. As soon as that's available, something else you want to hop on. Now, let's talk about, whoops, there we go. On Guard spray. Don't neglect your On Guard spray. You can continue to use this throughout the fall. One of the things that came up again and again in the convention was you still may have people in your life that are resistant or reluctant to use essential oils. Many of the new products that are coming out, I would say, are lifestyle products. It's an opportunity to go back to some of those people and say to them, hey, have you considered using this, this, or this? Now, I will tell you, I have two cousins, elderly cousins. They're my mother's first cousins. And I'm going to be meeting with them for lunch on Wednesday. No, tomorrow, actually. I'm going to be meeting with them for lunch tomorrow with my mom, which should be really nice. I'm looking forward to that. They have been very reluctant to use essential oils. And only recently, one of them began using ginger oil for a concern she has, digestive issues. And the other one has begun to use Serenity or Lavender Peace Blend for some sleeping issues. Now, when I meet with them, I want to make sure that I have some other essential oils available to them that they can try. I feel like it's time, and I can begin to go back to some of the naysayers or the people that were reluctant or the people that originally said no, and talk to them about how we want to improve our environment, we want to eliminate toxins, and how doTERRA is really standing head and shoulders above other companies that say they are pure and natural. One of the things that I found very funny that Dr. Hill mentioned from the stage was that there's actually a brand out there. I'm sure they have taken it off the label at this point, but they wrote on the label of their bottles, sourced like doTERRA. How can that possibly be? Because we have exclusive sourcing, but it just means other people are trying to stand on our shoulders. But as it was described by Dr. Hill, we're really going to do something totally new. We're going into a whole new branch of science, and it's going to set us apart. We're going to play a whole new game that no one has ever learned before, and we're going to build a brand new stadium, go in there and lock the door. So this is an amazing first step, I think, for us. Some of the pharmaceutical products, including our lavender and our peppermint soft gels. And I know each and every year we're going to be going to the next level. So if you have little kids and you live in the US, you know that there's always trips to pumpkin patches, pony rides, petting zoos, apple picking, maybe riding on a hay ride. I did all of those things with my kids, and they were dirty. We would get home and those kids would just be super dirty. I don't mind kids being dirty because I feel like it gives them natural immunity, but at least let's get their hands a little bit sanitized. So using the On Guard cleaner at that point, the On Guard spray at those moments is really a good one. Keep it with you whenever you're out and about. You can use it on yourself or whoever else in your family just needs a quick spritz. I've published this recipe several times before. I don't know who's done it. I have to give the original credit to my dear friend Marie. I don't know if she's on today. This is one of these great recipes that just never goes out of style. It is popcorn, which you can buy at the store. You can pop it yourself. A little bit of maple syrup, a little bit of coconut oil, On Guard protected blend, cinnamon bark oil, and then a little bit of salt to taste. I know it sounds crazy. The first time I heard of this, I thought, yuck, I'm not going to eat that, but it has been a perennial favorite, and it is one of my fall favorites. So if you haven't tried it, the recipe is in the chat. Please consider it because it is really super yummy. Here's another recipe that I have for you, a cinnamon spice salad dressing. I'm doing a lot of recipes today. This isn't supposed to necessarily be a cooking presentation, but it has a lot of elements about it with cooking. Cinnamon spice salad dressing, also super easy. You can use olive oil and toss it with a salad. It gives you just a quick, kind of that quick, spicy, salty, in Spanish we call it agrio dulce, which is like sour sweet. And so this cinnamon salad dressing is no different. Let's talk about travel. Now, I know some of you cannot go very far. Personally, I've been back and forth to Texas, I think 6 or 7 times this year. I know that sounds wacky, but we've done several trips. I don't think we're going to be going there again before the end of the year. I shouldn't say that because then tomorrow I'll have to go back for some other reason. I think we may go to visit one of my husband's brothers for Thanksgiving, but then we're going to be here, I think, here in New Jersey for Christmas. If you're trying to just keep yourself healthy as you're traveling, you want to add things like frankincense, melaleuca, lemon, and fractionated coconut oil. I know many of you do some flu bombs, which you mix up when you're not feeling well. But I'm going to encourage you to maybe mix up some of those new blends using things like our new essential oils. Maybe add in your hygge, maybe add in your vanilla. You want to definitely add in the copaiba. You might not have had that in that original mix, and then carry it around with you, having it available. We want to keep ourselves healthy this fall and this winter as much as possible. Diffuser recipes, there's always some great ones. I'm going to give you 5 quick ones. One is called Autumn Meadow, warm pumpkin spice, evening by the fire, cozy home blend. We've got some great essential oil blends. I would add vanilla into any of these blends. If you are thinking of putting blends together in the fall, check out the ebook that I already posted for you, and then check out some of these great blends. I think that as you put your blends together and you're adding your vanilla, you're going to find another depth, another layer, if you will, of smell, of richness that we never had before because we didn't have vanilla available to us. Okay, granola bars, another great way for you to use up some of your essential oils. There's tons of recipes for these types of bars out there. You can add in your new vanilla. Of course, you can add in things like cinnamon bark, wild orange, and even cardamom. And then I think my last recipe are smoothies. Adding in things like your new vanilla or your On Guard protective blend into any kind of liquid can be an easy way to incorporate in essential oils. Don't get crazy though, right? Start with 1 drop and then work up if you need to. Okay, here we go. Oh no, I have my last one, cinnamon apple chips. Is this my last recipe? I think so. Cinnamon apple chips, you're just taking your apples, you're slicing them up, kind of rinsing them with a little bit of lemon essential oil and water, just so they're really clean and fresh, and then baking them in your oven. You can add cinnamon or cassia, cinnamon bark or cassia to them. I like the lemon because it gives it a little bit of a fresh flavor. And finally, doing things like apple cakes, adding in again your vanilla, your cinnamon, your cassia, your cardamom, your tangerine. Any of those oils are wonderful for cooking. And I hope that you're going to be adding in some of these. Maria says, thanks for the recipes. She says she's diffusing everywhere she goes and bringing her pilot with her. And Jess says, thank you so much for these diffuser blends. Look like they smell yummy. Okay, great. I'm so happy that everybody, I have to say, I love the diffuser blends. And it's kind of like mad scientist when I get in with my blends. I get my diffuser, I put a few drops in. I usually work intensely in my office on Mondays and Fridays. Those are my 2 deep work days. So I film this on Monday mornings, now at 9, and then going soon to 8 a.m. Eastern time. And then after that, I work on other sorts of videos and other paperwork and things that I have to get done. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I make sure that I'm getting out and meeting with people and either having one-on-ones or hosting classes. That's my routine. Friday, I have another intense in-office work day where I work on maybe editing videos, putting out content, doing strategy. So if you're a person who's not sure what your work week should look like, I'm going to encourage you to set up almost like a weekly calendar. So what would be an ideal week for you? If you could, based on your own lifestyle and the what's the word that I'm looking for? Not requirements, the obligations that you have in your own life. You may teach a class every Tuesday night, or you may have a prayer group, or maybe you sing in a choir, or maybe you have to bring your children somewhere on a certain night. That's a time that you're going to block out. You may be trying to have dinner or lunch with your family or friends on a certain time every single week. You may have responsibilities either for younger children or older parents. Those are the types of things you want to block out. And then around that, you want to make sure that your work time is done in big blocks. That idea of diving in, Doing deep work is an important one. And I find that when I block out my week that way, I consistently squeeze things into the time that's available. So I know on Mondays and Fridays, don't really take a lot of meetings and things because I want to make sure that I'm sitting down and really concentrating and moving the ball further down the field, right? If you've ever played soccer, you know, you have to get that ball further down the field so that you can score, right? And how do we score? We talk to other people about essential oils and we help them ultimately to join our teams and help them to learn how to share essential oils. Okay, fall in love. Last but not least, how are you helping others to understand the new products? They also have to fall in love with the new products and with doTERRA essential oils. So I'm going to challenge you, if it's possible, to make sure that now in the fall that we've just gotten our new products, that you're going back to some of the naysayers, that you're going back to some of the people that might have said no in the past, helping them to understand that there is brand new research. Even if you were able to talk to those naysayers about our lavender and our peppermint soft gels, could you move the needle on in your team and in their life, really helping them to evolve to use more natural products? I sometimes feel, I don't know, when I'm out and about and I see someone who really looks like they're struggling physically and just having a difficult time, maybe walking upstairs, or that they're huffing and puffing, or I see somebody coughing or just not looking healthy in general, I want to go over and say to them, I have something to help you. I don't always do that with strangers. Occasionally I do. I'll have something in my purse, or I'll have a small sample and I'll give them a small sample. It's more about being of service to others in those moments, as opposed to, I have something that you would like to buy. But I feel like the message is an important one. We want to continue to spread the word. Kirk Jowers said from the stage that only about 16% of US residents know about essential oils. Now, that number may be bigger outside of the US, that people know about the essential oils, but do they know about doTERRA? That's the question. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, there's an opportunity for you to spread the word. You also know that we're going into 2 big countries in the next couple of, I think, months. Number one is India. So if you have connections in India and you want to talk to people about perhaps joining your teams, now is the time to do that. The other country is Israel. So if you have connections in Israel, the people you want to talk to, again, now is the time to do it. So make your concerted effort, block out your time, make a new challenge for yourself, if you will, to reach out and to talk to new people about doTERRA essential oils. So as always, thank you for having been here. You've been a wonderful group. I'm so happy that I was able to talk to you. I've been talking now for almost an hour, so I want to kind of give it a rest. But for those of you who are on live, stay on, and I'm going to have some great prizes for you. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please ring the bell below and click the button to subscribe. We want to make sure that you're getting announcements every single week when we are putting together these presentations. Fall is a wonderful time to join our team. If you haven't already had the opportunity to do so, try out some of the new doTERRA products and stay in touch. We want to keep hearing from you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and we'll see you back here real soon. Bye-bye now.